Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Escape Pod. Thank you so much for escaping with us. That's Andrew, and I'm Alex.
And as always, with great power comes great ability.
Yes.
Boys finale, baby.
The Boys is over.
It's over officially.
We're never getting The Boys again. It's dead. It's gone.
You're making me sad. You're making me sad.
The Boys started in 2019.
Yeah.
7 years of your life is gone like that. You'll never get it back.
Well, in comparison to the rest of my life, that is a small percentage because I'm so old.
That's correct. Thank you for saying that.
That is, what is that?
1/4 of your life because you're 28.
Mm-hmm. It's a fourth of my life.
A fourth of your life
So
is over.
In this episode, we are doing, we'll do a High Low Buffalo, which if you don't know what that means, we're just kind of going to talk about us a little
Positive, negative, random.
Yep, exactly. We're going to get the Mandalorian and Grogu spoilers.
That's going to be at the end of this episode. So
Yeah.
if you've seen The Mandalorian and Grogu, make sure you watch our review from last week. And then
that's non-spoiler, and then you get spoilers today. Patrons got spoilers a little bit early on Friday.
Yes.
So we'll do that. We will also do The Boys. That will contain spoilers. We'll do that in a little bit.
Yes.
And then maybe Obsession.
Yeah, we're going to talk Obsession. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. So let's just get into a High Low Buffalo. Hit it. Positive, negative, random. Something about your life.
Yeah, sure. I got a big positive here. I like to champion short films as much as I can. I have put a decent amount of money into several short films being made by some friends of the show, some dear friends of ours. This weekend, our roommate Zach is making a short film.
Yeah.
And both of us are a part of it, so I'm very, very excited for him. But even more positively is our dear friend of the show and frequent guest on the show, Danny Mata.
Danny Mata.
Put out a short film called No Supers. It's very The Boys, very Invincible-esque, very like, oh, superheroes are bad kind of vibe. And it's a short film. I think it's 12 minutes. Couldn't recommend it enough. YouTube, No Supers. It'll come right up. I think it's fucking phenomenal production. I sent him a long text after I finally got around to watching it this week.
I'm watching it tonight.
Awesome. Enjoy it, you will.
I'm excited.
Enjoy it, you will.
When he texted us that he was doing it, because he has been working, like he texted us, we didn't know about it till it was already done. He's like, it comes out this Friday. I was like, oh, he was like filming this last year. He's been working on it for a while.
Yep.
So happy seeing people be creative and try stuff.
It's shot well. It's written well. It's got a rising action falling. It's great. It's awesome. I couldn't be prouder of Danny Mata. I couldn't be prouder of our roommate Zach.
We love him.
We love you. We love short films. We love everybody. Just that's a big high.
We're gonna be in Zach's short film.
Yep.
I don't know exactly what I'm doing.
I doubt.
We're some background people.
Yeah, exactly.
But I have a scene tomorrow with him.
Oh.
In the kitchen or something?
We had to cut something. I made an inappropriate joke.
Low.
Yeah. Well, low is that you cut my inappropriate joke.
You were gonna
I'm
say
just
that.
kidding. Oh, very good.
It's been getting louder.
Oh, is it really?
And I don't like it.
You're talking about, of course, your Tira Twist fridge.
Yeah. Which, still worth it, by the way.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Oh, God, they're so
Not
good.
that you're eating any of those because you're on your weird diet routine.
Weird diet.
Workout thing.
Remind me in an hour to turn back on the Tira Twist fridge.
Brilliant. You're doing this on the clock. Thank you,
sorry.
Andrew.
All right, go ahead.
My low is very, very simple. Do I want to go there?
Do I know what this is?
How serious do I want to go?
Let's get serious. We haven't been, we haven't done like a couples. We normally do couples therapy on the.
It's not couples therapy. I'm not mad at you at all.
I'll do a really serious low.
Sure. Mental health couldn't be more important. We advocate for mental health constantly on this podcast. We are the Escape Pod because we are here for you to be able to escape for 1 hour, 2 hours a week. Or, many more than that if you're watching old episodes. Sorry. So sorry. I know that you're furious about that.
I got to make sure you didn't F up the audio. I might have to edit that out.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Just don't smack the microphone.
I don't know what happened. No, but back to the serious low. I can't advocate enough for you to make sure you're okay. Make sure that you have people around you that are going to talk to you about negative things that are in your life. You need to talk about things if you are sad. I just can't explain how important that is. for everybody. And I kind of had, we often talk to people and they ask how we're doing. And it's very hard for me to say that I am doing badly because my life is so amazing and it's all thanks to you guys. And I'm sure that you can say a lot of the same things. I'm so blessed to do this and do this podcast for a living. And I can't be more grateful for what I do. So a lot of the times when people come to me and they say, how are you doing? I say great because business is great. The podcast is doing great. We're doing super exciting things. We're reviewing all of these amazing things. But that doesn't mean that if I'm not struggling, I have to stay silent. And so this week was kind of a harder week for me for things that just are outside of the podcast, but also very much pertaining to the podcast. You know, try and block out the hate as much as we can, but sometimes it does really get to me. And there are some days that it gets to me a lot harder than other days. And I'm really grateful to have people in my life that are going to be there for me 110%, like you, like our roommates, like my mom. But yeah, just it's really, really, really okay to feel sad. And yeah, I had kind of a hard week personally for me, despite the fact of all the amazing things that I could be more grateful for in my life. And that's also okay. If you are doing amazing, it's still also okay to be sad. So yeah, we're here for you 110%. That's literally the point of this podcast. And we love you. We love you a lot. Yeah. And thank you for being here for me. And thank everybody for being here for me. And I love you.
It's okay to be sad. It's also okay to talk about it.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, find people to do that with. You are not a burden. And you're not a burden for us. You know,
absolutely.
Like we're happy you're here.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's good.
We love you.
Buffalo, I love you.
I love you more. Come on.
We're going to play Smash tonight, and that's all going to melt away.
You're right. I've been playing bad lately. We talked about it on the Patreon.
Is that why your mental health is so low?
No.
Because you suck balls at Smash now? Yeah.
It doesn't help. No. And then Buffalo. God, I don't want to step on your toes. Am I allowed to talk about something about you?
You might be stealing. No, go ahead.
I won't. I'll save it.
I'll make I'll make mine a little more specific if you.
Nope, I won't. I won't step on your toes because I got another Buffalo for you.
Okay, hit it.
You ready for this? Matthew Stafford was extended this morning.
Yeah. Were you just like horny all day?
$55 million is a lot of money.
That is a lot. For how long?
1 year. I know. But he's my GOAT. He's probably, by the time he retires, even if that's after this year, I hope not. But he'll probably be my favorite player to ever play for my favorite football team, the Los Angeles Rams. I adore him so much.
Have you met him?
No.
You waved at him.
I had a very minimal interaction with him
at the Lakers game,
which was he was courtside at a Lakers game that we attended, and we were not close to him at all. But when they showed him on the Jumbotron, I lost my voice. I was screaming out of my mind. But when we were walking out near the VIP exit. And he was like there waiting for his car, I think, like he had valeted his car. And there was a barrier between us, but nobody was bothering him because Will Ferrell was also there. So everybody was like, I'm going to put my balls in your drum set, like stuff like that. Like people were shouting Anchorman and Step Brothers quotes at Will Ferrell. And so everybody was bothering Will Ferrell. Nobody was bothering the MVP. So I went, the MVP was in the house tonight, and he kind of did one of these and like did that and then carried on with his conversation. And I tried to do something else and he completely ignored me. But that's okay. I was interrupting him.
You got one of these.
I did. I got like an Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
Like
go home and rethink your life.
Like he looked at me. It was enough for me. I hope to meet him. I have been very blessed.
We'll work on it.
I know a couple of Rams players. It's my proudest accomplishment. Yes.
One's been on the podcast.
I went to dinner with the same one that was on the podcast, Ethan Evans. I went to dinner with him a week ago or 2 weeks ago. So that was fun. No Steve, no Warren, no a couple of y'all. Love y'all. Love the Rams. Hi, love Buffalo, baby.
Yeah, so I'll do my high. You could probably guess it. We did an event for the boys last night. I hosted a big game show and a screening for it, and it was just a lot of fun. Obviously, my high, whenever I do one of those, that's normally my high because I enjoy them so much. I spent weeks planning the games and renting the place, and we had 25, 30 people there, and I hope they all had fun. That's all I really want. But my high is just that I'm surrounded by such great people that they would do that for me. And I'm not going to try and name all of them, but anyone that was there, you are my high. You were there. You helped, set up. People were showing up early to help me set up and tear down, and everyone was super into the games. There were some really funny moments. Jake helped me a lot. I mean, he's obviously our editor, and we locked in the last couple of days. So it's almost an hour-long video with 8 different camera angles and 11 different microphones. And we also did a video about the theater reactions for the boys. So we got both of those out in the last 2 days, and shorts and TikToks and everything. So
legitimately a Herculean effort from you two.
It was he did an amazing job. And the trailer he made for it was really great. So my high is just all the people that came, and again, I hope they just enjoyed it. That's all I really want.
And you watch it.
Yeah, go watch it. It's fun. And even if you don't know the boys a ton, there are a bunch of rounds that are still funny. I think we did the boys quiplash, which I thought, and the drawing round was really good. Your answer was the best answer of the night. Still,
you are gay.
Yeah. It's so stupid, but it just got me, bro.
The way it's edited too, because I had the pleasure of watching the video this morning, and you don't see what I write, but I go, no, we have to write this, because we were down, we didn't get a right answer in like a while, and I write that, and Dylan and Jake collapse, and Zach is going, no, this is not funny. This is not funny. This is not funny. And then you read it, you collapse.
Well, I think he was more worried, not that it wasn't funny, but just that he said this is a Hail Mary. He's either going to throw it away immediately or he's going to love it. I happen to love it.
Yeah.
So no, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My low, I'm not going to get very specific. You know what this is, but there's no way I'm talking specifics on this. There's just some family, friends,
yes, of course, yes,
health stuff going on that's particularly serious. It is not my business to share that in all of its specificity. But some very scary, hospital level stuff. So if you just, send some prayers and thoughts, obviously that's going to be my low. I really care about the people around me, and I hope that everything works out in that situation. So I've been praying, and if I can get anyone else to kind of, send some good energy and positive vibes and prayers in general, that way, that would be great. I love y'all. Buffalo, yeah, it's just, I hope we play Smash tonight.
Yeah, me too.
That's my Buffalo.
Yeah, me too.
Zach's working on a short film. Want to support that. It's a good excuse not to, he hasn't been able to play. We had my event on Tuesday night, and then I was busy all day Wednesday and today editing.
My brother was here last week, and I kind of exempted myself from playing a lot of the nights that we probably could have because I wanted to spend time with my little brother.
Yep. There was one night where Zach was going to play, but then he went somewhere to work on short film stuff, and then he's filming it all weekend this weekend, so I assume we're not going to play this weekend. So I'm hoping, and he's working on some short film stuff right now.
Yep.
So he better be done in an hour, and then we're gaming all freaking night. All freaking night.
Yep. Agreed.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, I hope so. So I want to touch base real quick and say what I wanted to say about your high.
Okay.
Which was going to be my Buffalo before I got to Matthew Stafford.
Which is a great Buffalo, always.
I think the boys game show, whatever you categorize it or call it, I think it's your best work of your career.
Really? You think it's better than Stranger Things?
Yes.
I was overthinking it more than I overthought the Stranger Things one.
You did such a spectacular job, and I want to highlight some things that I think that
Do you think people had fun?
I think that everybody there would tell you that it was the most fun they've had at an event this year.
Okay. That's all I care about.
I think 99% of the people would say that.
Okay. Because I slept about 4 hours afterwards, and that was particularly because we got home at 2 a.m., and then I edited for a couple hours, and then I got up at 7:30, and I don't know if I got up naturally or if I was just anxious. I'm very anxious after events, but I appreciate that.
The presentation was spotless. The location was better location.
Except for the parking.
The parking was problematic. That is true.
The parking sucked, but they told me they had a lot, and then the second
lot
person
filled up within 3 cars.
Yeah,
that was brutal.
It was
you have 30 people there.
Yeah, 10 people had arrived. It was and then we had 20 people left, and the lot was full. And there's no street parking. It was downtown LA.
great advice for you next time. If you want to do another event at that location again, send people Uber vouchers.
I literally
like
thought
events.
about doing that before,
Yeah.
but then I double checked with them that they had the lot, and I was like, okay, maybe I don't have to. But next time, yeah, I definitely will.
Like events. Yeah, that would be cool. Look, like the little things, like you wearing that shirt, like
Mother's milk.
like it was just everything about it went so smoothly. It went so well. You were so entertaining. People, I think, reached the proper levels of competitive, except for me. I was a little bit overboard. The games
We got most of that.
I know. Thank you. I commented on your Instagram. I'm still complaining. And then I got a message from Nikhil. He cut all of your complaining.
Nikhil, bro. Hilarious.
I rewatched it, by the way. I 100% beat Peter until this went in. I watched it back 30 times.
I watched it back. I think at best it was a tie.
All right, and you clearly gave it to Peter because somebody on another team said that.
Dana, who works for me.
Yeah, who doesn't like me?
That's not true.
No, but all jokes aside, all of that, it was a spectacular event, and
What was your favorite game?
one of the ones I won.
I mean, the order one?
The order one I dominated.
You dominated.
It
It was crazy impressive, actually.
I couldn't.
It was a game of basically I gave 4 things that happened during the show, and you have to put them in order of when they happen in the show. And they start easy and get harder. And I think you missed 1 of the 5.
I only missed the last one.
And you only missed it by 1.
But yeah, because I had 2 of them correct. And
Yeah, you swapped
it
it.
wasn't like I fucked up the whole list. It was just 2 needed to be flipped, and then I would have had another perfect.
I was very impressed by that.
Thank you. Thank you. But I will say, in the defense of other people, I watched all 5 of these seasons within 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, so this is all a lot fresher in my mind than somebody that hasn't watched season 3 since 2022.
But maybe this heart hurt him. But like Drew watched all of it within the last month. So
Yeah.
maybe it kind of mixed together.
Yeah.
I think you're just an impressive trivia person.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. But I will say I was very proud of my performance last night. I had a team of Dylan, who was a net negative, Jake, who did not participate because he was helping you so much.
Like half the games he was not there.
Rachel, who is halfway through season 3, hasn't even gotten to Herogasm. So half of the order things going on, she's like, oh my gosh, Black Noir died?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, in the season you're in.
Featuring? Yeah.
And Zach, who hasn't watched since season 3,
Yeah.
did not watch season 4.
There's
or
only one
5.
person on your team that had seen the entire show. Now, some of the games you don't have to. There are a lot of the games. There's one where you're literally flipping
Milk.
a bottle of milk.
Absolutely.
But there were 3 or 4 rounds that did involve some sort of trivia.
And so
Also-
I was proud.
You, one of the revealed questions of the original leader of the boys.
Yeah.
You were usually and the translucent one.
Yep.
He lights himself on fire. Like you were.
Oh,
you
yeah,
got-
Lamplighter.
Yeah, lamplighter. You got multiple of those.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I had to remember Mallory's fucking name.
Yeah, Grace Mallory. Yeah.
and then Lamplighter, yeah, I knew he killed himself, even though that's season 2. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that was good. Yeah, so I was very proud of my performance.
A lot of fun people there. Chris was
your
hilarious.
video.
Nikhil was hilarious. Some people were in cosplay.
Yep.
A lot of great teams. It was a close game.
I mean, the running bit of Maggie constantly drinking milk in the Homelander costume, it's all time. There's one shot where it cuts to her and it's black and white,
And she's just
downing this milk in the baby bottle. Like,
not even paying attention to the game.
hilarious.
It was really funny.
It was
And
a really-
Chris was cracking me up.
Chris was hilarious. Nikhil was hilarious. It was an exceptional job from you and Jake in the editing room. But really, I wanted to tip my hat to you
Thank you.
for the
Hat tip from Hat Guys.
the standout event that it was. I'm really proud of you, buddy.
Good. Wow.
Seriously, go watch it. It is a hysterical video.
And you like the Stranger Things one.
The Stranger Things one before this was maybe not your best work, but the most fun I had at anything you've ever
You had
done.
more fun at the boys.
I had more fun at the boys, I think. Maybe not. It's
close.
so close, but like the boys one just impressed me. Like constantly things were happening, and I was like, "Oh, this is brilliant." Black Noir charades, brilliant.
Yeah, that was fun.
The baby bottle, the bottle flip with the milk, brilliant. It was so great. It was just so. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. Glad I did it.
Can't wait to see what's the next one. Spider-Man.
Maybe. Spider-Man themed games would be fun. Would be fun. Okay.
We're crawling a wall.
I don't know.
We get a rock climbing.
You want me to rent a rock climbing wall? It's not. I'm not above it.
Not out of the question.
Not out of the question.
We rent out a trampoline park. And
You gotta do flip or
half
something.
of the games is flip and rock climbing based.
So it's just athleticism.
And then it's a basketball thing, and that's the Miles Morales section.
Okay. Does he play basketball? Or is that just racist? All right.
You're keeping that one?
I'll keep
that one is
that one's funnier
as the other one.
The other one, you were just like, women should be in the kitchen.
Well, now you're telling. Let me paint the scene.
Oh, shoot. I'm listening.
You're finally home.
Long day.
Long day at work. All you want to do is kick your feet up,
Relax.
watch the season finale of The Boys, watch some reruns of X-Men 97 to get prepared for season 2.
But you're hungry.
You're hungry, you're starving, and you got something.
You got stuff in your pantry.
Fridge, but
Dishes, pans, cooking, cleaning. Screw all that.
ladies and gentlemen, that's where Factor comes in. That's correct. A product that we both use, have used, will continue to use.
It's great. You pop them in the microwave. They're fresh meals, that, done by chefs. Not frozen. Every meal is crafted with functional ingredients. Lean proteins, veggies. Whole foods, healthy fat, stuff like that.
Delivered straight to your door, like you said, crafted by dietitians. We can't recommend Factor enough. I mean, they have helped us in a pinch many a times.
Yeah. So
absolutely,
like you said, we use it. You should too. Go to factormeals.com/escapepod50 off and use code escapepod50 off to get 50% off and free daily greens per box.
Yes.
With new subscription only while supplies last until 9/27/2026.
Yeah, so September 27th, 2026 is the deadline for that. But thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring this episode.
Time to review Obsession.
That's correct.
I watched. No. Please.
I was going to say,
I insist.
Are you obsessed with anything?
Other than you, and this shirt, this hat, this hair that's coming back in.
Shoot. Sweet talking to me.
Am I obsessed with anything? I mean, that the whole podcast is based on my obsessions. You know what I mean? Oh.
A lot of spillage.
A lot of spillage.
It's fine.
Remember when we had like paper towels over here because we spilled stuff so often?
Yeah, well, that's because I used to drink out of the mugs.
And now you don't.
No.
It makes me sad.
It's been years and years and years.
It makes me so sad. Remember when the podcast was so new and we filmed so rarely that it was like each episode was like a big event that we like had to really think about and plan and like script and stuff. And like I would drink a cherry Coke every single time.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. It's funny that you brought this up. I thought about that the other day. How every episode early on in the podcast was so distinct.
Yeah, it was such a big deal.
And now if you tell me, oh yeah, this happened in episode 65, I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
I believe you.
The first 20.
Yeah, it was. But like, even when we get to the teens, I'm like, you've lost me.
No, yeah.
But 1, 2, 3 especially, really, really distinct. 4 is the positivity episode. No. 4 is not. 4 is the one where I'm in the crew neck. I don't have a hat on. That one's really distinct. 5 is Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania review. 6 is Charles Must Suck My Balls and the slapping of the Marvel.
Yeah, 6 I definitely
all
remember,
that.
Obviously.
7, I don't know if 7 is positivity. Sorry. So gotcha. 7. And then I know 10 is Straw Hat Goofy. 13 is Soups. But once we get past that, I'm cooked.
There's going to be spoilers.
Major spoilers for Obsession. We started recording. We didn't think we were going to do spoilers.
And then we kind of just did.
Right into it.
So just in case, spoilers. Obsession. Scores?
Yeah.
Here are our scores for Obsession out of 10. 3, 2, 1.
8 out of 10.
Yeah, 8. Yeah. 8.5. It's good. It's really good.
It is unbelievable that this movie was made for like $750,000.
Right? It's crazy.
Like the biggest positive thing I could say about it is that Curry Baker, the filmmaker, and everybody involved with this, especially the lead actress, Indy. I don't want to mispronounce her last name, so I won't.
I will.
Everybody should be wildly proud of themselves for how great of a movie it is for the budget and the constraints and everything like that.
Yeah. I mean, have we talked to anybody that hasn't liked it?
No,
because it is really good. It's a great horror movie. It's an interesting concept. They I was wondering how they would end it. I think they ended it well.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was unique, it was interesting, it was scary, and obviously I think one of the biggest positives, like you said, Indy, her acting
Oh, unbelievable.
is unbelievable. The back and forth between real Nikki and fake Nikki and just the fake Nikki going from being so bipolar and scary, but then also so sweet, like very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. How scary was it for you?
Not.
Yeah.
Not. And that's the reason for the 8 out of 10 for me personally, for two reasons. The 2 points I'm taking off.
Sure.
One of them is that it's a horror movie. And unfortunately, or fortunately, this movie is getting so much praise. You are hard pressed to find a Letterboxd review for Obsession that is into 4.5 stars or a 5 stars. Everybody is really, really adoring this movie. And therefore, I had talked to some people before I went into this movie. And our roommate, Jake, our editor, said there were scenes in this movie that were the scariest scenes he had ever seen in a theater.
He had to look away. He didn't go to sleep till 4 a.m.
We heard people comparing it to Hereditary.
Yep.
We had people comparing it to like some of our favorite horror movies of all time. People were saying it blows Talk to Me out of the water.
No.
And so I was a little overhyped for it.
Yeah, I think I was too. But it's still scary.
It's still very unsettling. And I think the subject matter is really, really dark. And the strongest thing about it is that the movie has lingered in my mind.
Yeah.
With how dark and awful some of the things that happen in the movie are.
Sure.
From some of the characters' actions, I'm like, that is some of the worst shit I've seen in a movie in years.
Main guy is terrible.
Terrible.
Like, it's not his fault. He didn't know it would actually work, but then everything after he realizes it worked, he's a terrible person.
He legitimately makes the wrong decision every time.
He's awful.
It's awful. So some of that stuff really, really strong. And then there is one scare in the movie that is great. That got a big reaction out of me. It got a big reaction out of everybody else.
I want to know.
The car.
Oh, I saw that telegraphed from 1,000 miles away.
Sure, but it's still shot exceptionally well.
No, it's still shot. But the whole scene, I was waiting for her to do that. You know?
But you didn't know how it would happen.
No, not the how with the
exactly. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Well, okay, here's what. I think it's as good as everyone's saying.
Absolutely.
I just don't think it's necessarily as scary as some people are saying in their lives because I don't think it touches.
Sure.
I think Hokum's scarier from this year.
Okay. Wow.
But it's very unsettling, and there are a couple of scenes. The scenes where she's in the corner.
Yep.
Yep. And the way she walks backwards there, and then near the end when she's like walking in slow motion backwards.
Yeah.
That effed me up.
That was the scene that really got Jake.
Okay, I really wanted to ask him because I wasn't sure what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Interesting. So he looked up. He said he looked up at the worst time. I guess it was when she was doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was scary. It was great. The acting was great. It was interesting. I was wondering how they were going to end it. And then when he's in the bathroom and you hear the other one.
Yeah.
I was like, that's great.
Yeah. But I think they stick the landing great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I heard a story that they only did one take of that ending because the director, Curry Baker, had written for the ending to be the ending.
Just do spoilers.
I mean, we already have. I say we should say at the start.
I don't think we've done spoilers specifically.
We've done major spoilers.
What?
We say that he makes the wrong decision every fucking time.
That's not specific.
All right, then I won't spoil it.
No. Go ahead.
He wrote the ending that she kills herself at the end. But I'm really glad they don't do that. I think it's a lot stronger that she is awake. Because she's going to jail for the rest of her life. There's no way to explain this away.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's an awful ending. And her performance, the crying, which is what you hear during the credits, is spectacular.
I think when I heard the wish break, I thought she had wished that he had to live forever and he couldn't die. That's what I thought the wish was going to be. So like he tried to kill himself and then that healed him and now he's just stuck with her forever. I thought that's what she wished for. And I was like, oh. But this was also good too that he was in love with her.
Yeah.
But he died anyways.
Yeah.
But I also like the fact that he is not redeemed at all.
No.
Because the one thing he could kind of do to redeem himself is kill himself to release her. And he was even trying to stop himself from doing that at the end.
As soon as he has the phone call, everything after that, he's totally irredeemable.
Yeah. Awful.
Oh, he's awful. But and I love
after she duct taped his door.
Yeah.
And then he was still going home being like, I'm going to make this work. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, he's so, it's awful.
But there's a lot of, another really strong thing about the movie, the strong symbolisms, the consistencies. I mean, the little things like Nikki is wearing the clothes and has drawn on the tattoos of her friend that she has murdered in the last scene. Like all of those things, like such brilliant choices made throughout this movie.
The cat and then Sarah's body still being there.
Yep,
and
all that. It's really, really strong. When I talk about my last negative, not a fault of the movie. Just want to say it. I think I've said this before on the podcast. If you remember that I have, let me know. I doubt you will. Somebody else may remember. This movie's a monkey's paw story. It's a be careful what you wish for story. It's a wish that goes wrong. I hate it.
You hate those.
I'm never going to like a monkey's paw thing. Like, I'm never going to give a monkey's paw thing a 10 out of 10. Obsession is the best way to do it, objectively. But I'm not going to lie to you. As soon as he did this, I knew nothing about this movie going in.
Oh, really? That's the only thing I knew.
Totally blind. So I didn't know there was going to be something supernatural or anything. As soon as he went like this, I was like, fuck me.
Yeah, you don't like those.
No, and so walking out of this movie, I think I was lower on it than I am now. And as more interviews I've watched, more like clips I've seen, I want to go see the movie again. The more like I've thought about it, the better it's gotten in my head. But walking out of even though that first shot of just her silhouette immediately after he does the wish, which is brilliant, because it's her body. But that is not her anymore, it's brilliant. Like, this movie's incredible. But as soon as he breaks that thing, I go, fuck. Like, damn it, this is what we're getting. I mean, one of my least favorite movies since the existence of the podcast is that movie Night Swim. There's a big reason.
Night Swim sucks.
No, Night Swim was terrible because you're having dramatic scenes and he goes, I really love our pool. Right? So dumb.
Long zoom in on pool.
So dumb. But I can't stand, I've never liked Monkey's Paw ever. I've never liked, you wish for something and it's good for a minute and now it's not. I think that is so dull.
Okay. It's a great movie.
It is.
It's in my top 10 of the year. I don't know
me too.
where it is exactly, but it's great.
Like 7
and,
for me.
I saw it last night, which is a week after it came out.
Packed theater, I imagine.
Packed.
Yeah.
Had to go like an hour later than I wanted to and sit a little bit closer because it was so full, which I'm so happy. It's so great. Go see it in the theater.
$750,000 budget. Already made $38 million. By the time this comes out, it'll probably be over 50 or something. Projections are saying it could make over 100 million, which would be a huge win for
that'd be awesome.
Cinema.
Go see it.
Yeah, and on to the rest of the episode.
All right, this is our boys finale review. Here's your spoiler warning. This is spoilers for the entire show. It's spoilers for the finale. It's spoilers for everything. We're going to give our scores.
Spoilers for everything the boys, but also we're talking everything the boys. Yes, this is a finale review. Yes, this is going to be a season 5 review, but this might be a review of the series as a whole.
We're going to talk about everything.
Because the series is now complete. Yep. As I said at the top of this episode, 7 years of your life is gone.
Yes. Thank you for reaffirming how sad we all are.
I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to you.
Here, are you going to do a score for the finale?
Are we doing just the finale? Or
just
are we
the finale.
And then we're going to do season 5?
A score out of 10 for both?
Yes.
I think my answer is the same for both.
Okay, well, my answer would be vastly different for both.
Okay. What do you want to do?
So what are we doing? I didn't think we were going to give scores for the finale. I thought we were just going to give scores for the season.
Okay.
But I say we talk about the finale before we do that.
Okay, I'll do whatever you want.
If you want to give a score for the finale, let's do scores for the finale and then talk the finale. Let's do that. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here are our scores for the finale episode of The Boys from season 5. Season 5, episode 8. Out of 10. 3, 2, 1.
8.5?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, everyone knows you were going to be a little bit lower. Oh, surprise, surprise. I like the finale. This is my new claim to fame, is liking them when I shouldn't.
Controversial finales.
People seem to be a little bit higher on the Boys one than the Stranger Things one.
I think so.
Yeah.
I do want to say I was watching it in that theater, and all the images of me looking like I hate it are so hysterical.
Really funny.
I was just locked in.
Yeah, you were just locked. So you don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
But it's not
I give
peak.
it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'll give something a 2 out of 10 if I hate it.
Uh-huh.
And I do have clear problems, but I did want to say this. To me, the Stranger Things finale and the Boys finale are the same thing.
Yeah.
First hour, I mean, so it's 1 hour or 2 hours, but the first half is wrapping up all the loose ends a bit rapidly, some power scaling problems, some things that, yeah, this should have happened this way. This is really good, i.e., what's her name? What's Will's mom's name? Josie? Jody?
Joyce?
Joyce cutting off Vecna's head, very good. Like, I think that's a really strong moment.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There are strong moments like that in the first half of the finale of The Boys. And then the second half of Stranger Things, the second half of The Boys is closure.
Yeah.
Giving characters the endings that maybe Eric Kripke thinks they deserve, that the writers think they deserve, or maybe us as the audience feel that these characters deserve. And we'll get into that in a minute. Same thing. So if people loved The Boys finale, it would have shocked me.
Yeah.
Because people hated the Stranger Things finale so much, which did surprise me. I thought it was very fan servicey. I thought people would love it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about The Boys. I think that people that love The Boys probably loved this finale.
Yeah.
I have problems with it that we'll get into, but overall, that's the biggest thing I wanted to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, there were a bunch of things that they kind of needed to wrap up. You know, they needed to do with something with Ashley. They needed, kill Homelander, do something with Butcher, Huey, and I think they checked most of the boxes that I needed them to check, and they did it in a fun way. And yeah, some power scaling issues. Why isn't Homelander flying out of that Oval Office way faster? Way faster. Stuff like that. But and then I think the thing with Butcher's ending was good. It's over. We think it's over, but then there's one more thing because Butcher's a psycho, and I think his ending, they wrapped him up very well. And I think the second half being closure, but to me, all that closure was good. I don't want to keep comparing it to Stranger Things, but I think the Stranger Things closure is just as good or better for all those characters.
Sure.
Because I love those characters so much.
Yeah.
But what are your negatives?
We'll hop right into it. You already alluded to it. The Oval Office fight is oval awful. Fucking, it's not like poor choreography. It is piss poor when you think about the lore.
Yes.
Homelander is the ultimate boogeyman of this show. His feats are ridiculous throughout this show.
Well, specifically in season 5, 2 of the times where they show him at his fastest are in this season, when he's chasing down A-Train and when Frenchie does this.
Yep.
So in the same episode when he flies the guy to space in 2 seconds.
Yep.
So, to have his fastest feats in the same episode or season where he can't get out of the Oval Office because of Butcher's tentacles, a little weird.
So we'll get to that in a second. The flying Elon Musk to space isn't the worst thing for me.
Yeah.
Because I can easily picture him throwing him.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So he flies up to a point where he can throw him and then flies right back. I don't think that necessarily means he's flying all the way to fucking space and then all the way down.
Or maybe he's just being hyperbolic and he didn't actually fly him all the way to space.
Sure.
But we're nitpicking.
Sure. But the Oval Office fight is a big problem for me. Like you just said, 2 of his fastest feats, probably his fastest feats, are this season. It's not like this is seasons ago. So not only is he not flying out of that Oval Office nearly fast enough, my biggest problem is how strong Butcher's tentacles are in this. I think it's absolute horseshit. Like we talk a bit about the inconsistencies of the power scaling in Invincible. It's something that we bring up a decent amount, how frustrated we are about how consistently Mark loses fights. He shouldn't be losing the fights to the dragon, stuff like that, right? This is the worst power scaling I've seen in something this year. Butcher is having problems with Bomb Sight just a couple of episodes ago. And Homelander is the ultimate soup in this universe.
On V1 now, too, by the way.
I don't know if that's a buff, though.
That's the whole point of why he wanted it.
I don't think so. I think it just makes him immune to the virus. That's how I've interpreted it.
I don't think that's the only thing it does.
Sure, if it is a buff, it makes this worse.
Sure.
But like the tentacles have not been that strong. If they were, then we could have had this fight in season 4. Like, but Butcher can't.
Like he was able to escape when Butcher was attacking him in season 3 with Soldier Boy.
Correct.
Who was top 2 in the verse or whatever, you know?
Correct. Like it is just so bad for my suspension of disbelief that Butcher is keeping him in that Oval Office. You needed to do something like Ashley activating the soup dog whistle in that Oval Office. You needed to do something,
or hit him with the virus, so like he's a little sick or something, so that this makes a little bit more sense.
Correct. But having Butcher's powers be able to keep up with Homelander as long as they do, and then Ryan coming in, because he's keeping up with him for a bit before Ryan comes to stop him.
Yeah.
That's a big problem.
Yeah, it would have made a little bit more sense. And also, Kimiko is like...
Is doing nothing this entire fight.
She's daydreaming about Frenchie or being knocked out.
Great scene, by the way.
So, I liked it. Yep. So if Kimiko, Butcher, and Ryan were all tag teaming him, again, that'd make a little bit more sense. I still had fun with the Oval Office scene. There were some great moments, and I'm glad we got... I mean, it's cool, like... What a setting for it, by the way.
Yep, sure.
To end the show with Homelander in the Oval Office, showing that he's basically taken over the whole country and the world. And Butcher, and I'm obviously glad it was him versus Butcher. Again, another box that they checked for me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, some of the power scaling was like, just fly away.
Yep.
Just fly away, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Another problem I have, I don't like how much time we give to Oh Father in this episode, while simultaneously wrapping his story up and his arc up, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, as quickly as they do. You have the entire scene with Ashley and Bashley trying to read his mind, insinuating that in this episode there's going to be something crazy with him, and then to kill him the way you Black Bolt him. It's just like really blue balls to me. Like, is he going to turn on Homelander, or is it going to be the opposite? We don't get that answer whatsoever.
I didn't really see it like that.
Daveed Diggs as Oh Father was a huge positive for me in the entirety of season 5. And so to Black Bolt him as conveniently as they do, as quickly as it happens, all of that. How did MM know that was going to work? All that stuff. Like, it's all the suspension of disbelief. It was like, oh, that's over now. That scene wasn't my favorite, and so that gets a big negative in the
Interesting.
Yeah,
I guess I just didn't care about his character enough to like really need anything specific out of that.
Sure.
You know, I wanted something specific out of the boys, and it's exactly what I was hoping or said.
No, sure.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Ashley scene and then expect some big thing to happen with Oh Father. I think that was just her trying to. I think that was setting her up for what she did.
I understand that, but then it's like you're spending so much time with him.
Really?
For nothing.
When did we spend time with him?
Throughout this entire season, his whole scene with Starlight.
Oh, the whole season. I thought you meant that episode. Yeah. Well, there was a lot. Yeah, we spent.
Well, it's in that episode. It like gave me the context. It's like, oh, we've spent all this time with him. Mm-hmm. Finally, is he going to snap? No, you're not God. Like, are we going to go to that scene, or is he going to snap the other way?
Yeah, I thought once he had that scene with Starlight where they fought and he had like that whole argument with her, I was like, oh, he's just. I never thought he was going to turn. The whole time I thought Ashley would turn because they were setting that up.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. No, for sure. Sister Sage, bit convenient.
I thought that was. I mean, you wanted an explanation of she's too dangerous to be left alive.
Absolutely.
I thought that was great.
Agree with you there.
Yeah.
But you don't think it's just a bit convenient? It's just like, all right, she got shot with it. Now we know it works, and now she's gone.
What do you mean convenient?
I'm building on the point that I want to get to.
Okay.
Goodness gracious. This Hail Mary that they pulled in these last 2 episodes where giving Kimiko the radiation, I think it's too much for me. I think it's just too convenient for me. That this is the way that they save the day. This is the way that they win.
Yeah, I mean, I agree that, spending a season and a half on the virus and then the virus not... I do really like that the virus did still play a factor in the finale with Huey and Butcher.
Yes, sure.
Which made it a little bit more justified that we spent so much time on it. But yeah, I mean, we introduced this an episode or two ago.
1 episode ago.
Yeah, so that bothers me a little bit.
Very convenient, especially when you have had Soldier Boy with this exact power since season 3. I would have much preferred flipping Soldier Boy here.
Yeah, or if we knew it was, I guess because we haven't had access to Sister Chase, but Frenchie was trying it anyways. Why didn't we try this earlier?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
If we knew about it since season 3, I guess we were just more desperate now. Maybe.
What did you think about Huey and Annie's baby name?
Yeah, a lot of people are commenting about this. Well, a lot of people are in my comments of the reactions arguing about whether she's an ex or not.
Robin is not his ex-girlfriend.
She is his late girlfriend.
Late girlfriend.
Yeah.
Correct. Huge difference.
Yeah. I think it's cool. It's a cool callback, and it did get like an awe when it first happened, but it is a little weird because it was still a girlfriend. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't expect my wife to carry a child that has my late girlfriend's name. It's like it's a way to honor her. You know what's weirder? Him taking Rudy as his name or whatever the frick.
Is
Rex.
that weirder? I was going to say.
I think that's weirder.
You think taking Rex's name at the funeral
Yes.
is weirder?
When I first watched it, that didn't even remotely get an awe from me. Like, I was immediately like, what?
Sure, but Robin got an offer.
Robin, I was like, it's a little weird, but kind of cute or whatever. But yeah, so the Invincible one, I think is weirder.
Sure, I was going to ask you that. I literally had it written down. Let me ask you, are we 100% sure of the gender of the baby?
Why? Because Robin can be either.
Robin can be a boy name, i.e. Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Holy.
If Robin... Annie and Huey's child is a boy, it almost completely exempts my problem with it. But my problem is that you are naming your daughter after somebody, we only have one interaction with you, and you're talking about laying pipe.
Is that what they talk about in the first season?
Yeah, she's like, come over to my house and lay some cable. And he's like, that means taking a shit. I'm going to lay some pipe.
Huey's got game like that, huh?
I know. That's my goat.
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get to him because he is a huge positive here. But yes, I was very uncomfortable when I thought about it for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah. No, it's a little weird.
I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, it's a little weird. But I like their ending.
I like that they're together. I like that she's a genuine superhero doing good things.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And I like that she's pregnant. And I like that they are pregnant out of wedlock to stick it to the mom. And then he's like, but I'll still marry you to make your mom happy. I like that. Because the mom's always been controlling over her, and now she's made that decision.
Yeah. No, what a great ending. I think Butcher's ending was great. I think their ending was great. Obviously, Homelander's ending was great. I think they wrapped up all that stuff well.
All right, now to talk about the positives for the finale.
Sure.
Go.
Homelander's ending was great.
I don't know how you do it better. I have one critique.
Sure, do the critique first so we can be happy.
Wish he used the crowbar more. I don't like...
You wanted a Joker, Jason Todd?
Yes. Like, he's punching him, then he picks up the crowbar. I'm like, great, we're going to go ham.
Yeah, I mean...
just do the one move.
But the one move was pretty
It's
sick.
awesome, but if that came after a fucking ass whooping...
Yeah, I did want... I mean, he got beat up enough, but I was expecting a... Yeah.
All right, he loses the powers.
Great.
And you just have this moment, and we have raved about Anthony Starr's performance in this show since day one.
Mm-hmm.
It's some of his best acting ever right before he laser eyes, and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
He knows he got blasted, and he is terrified of trying this, but he knows he has to.
Yeah.
It's some of his best acting in the entire show is his face right before going...
Yep.
It's incredible.
And then leading into his begging, I thought his begging was also amazing acting.
His begging is excellent.
And then I also love that they put that in there because that's been Homelander the whole time.
Of course.
That's really been Homelander the whole time, obviously. And then also the fact that the live stream was still going so that the whole world got to see that. That's why I think that whole ending was perfect. Butcher got to do it. Butcher used his crowbar. We got to see Homelander beg. The whole world saw it. like, great.
Phenomenal.
And it was violent, which is The Boys.
Yep.
That's great too.
Yep.
It would have been stupid if he just died in a non-gross, spectacular way.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So yeah, I love that scene.
It's just like, I saw a tweet and it was like generational aura loss. And it was him in season 1 where he's like, I'll laser you, goddammit. And then it was him in season 2 where he's like, I'll fucking suck your dick or something like that. That's the same guy. That's the same emotion. It's just he has the laser in season 1.
He has the power. He doesn't
Exactly.
have
Like that. It's the same guy. People pushing him and him being like, stand back or I will laser you. That's not aura. That's him being a pussy.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And I'm actually kind of shocked by the amount of people I've seen on social media not quite getting it.
No, I mean, his I think his whole thing is he relies so much on his powers.
Yeah.
And how powerful he is, and being the most powerful, and the fear that creates. He doesn't have any relationship or interaction with anyone ever without relying on his powers. Not relying on who he is or him being a good person or his personality or anything. His entire character is just relying on the fear that he instills in other people. So when he doesn't have that, of course he's going to snap and start begging. He doesn't know what to do.
His entire character is that scene from Invincible with Mark and his mom where he goes, make me.
Yeah.
That's Homelander, his entire character.
The Deep's ending was great.
Yes. So another reason why I gave this episode a 7 out of 10. The episode is hideous, in my opinion. The Oval Office looks pretty good, but everything else I thought looked pretty bad for a show that honestly looks pretty good for most seasons other than 4 and 5. So that was disappointing. The beach scene is the worst. The beach looks so fucking bad. That being said, everything else about that fight is wonderful. I did call it.
Yeah.
To a T. Starlight pushing him into the ocean.
You said that?
I called it on the Patreon, and then I called it in the game show.
Yeah, I knew you said it in the game show.
Yeah.
I thought you based that answer off of something I said. I could have sworn I said that.
Really?
Maybe I'm tripping. But I had that thought either way.
They'll know on Friday.
Call me out.
We both called it.
Yeah,
Come on.
No, I don't forget. Because I said, maybe we said it like we agreed with each other. Because
Sure.
I said that's why they put that in there with the shark. If you ever come in the ocean again, I was like, oh, they put that scene in there because that's how he's going to die. That would be great.
Yep.
So they let Annie do it.
Yep.
Great. They let him redouble down on how much of a loser he is multiple times in that episode.
Yep.
I mean, he's begging to Homelander.
Yep.
Homelander finally tells him off. That was a great scene. We see him crying over it. And then Annie's finally like, dude, let it go. He clearly doesn't care about you. He's clearly a terrible person. And like, he has a chance to be like, you're right. And he's like, no, we're best buds. He can piss on me whenever he wants. He's so lost. And then Annie beats him with her powers. That was another thing. Like during the fight, she's just going hand to hand with him for a little bit. I was like, can we blast him a little bit? And then again, violent, very The Boys, tentacle through the mouth.
We'll get to that in 2 seconds. Let's talk about something, though, that I think some people are talking about as a plot hole, and I think people are wrong about this. Annie is trying to calm deep down this entire fight. The entire fight, Kevin and Annie are fighting, and she is like, dude, he does not fuck with you. Calm down. She takes the fight to a beach, thinking that will calm him down. She pushes him with her powers into the ocean. People were like, oh, that's a plot hole. How did she know that would kill him? She did not intend to kill him. That was her trying to cool him off.
Interesting.
That is not, because it is a plot hole if she thinks that's going to kill him because she doesn't know about the conversation between Samuel L. Jackson, the hammerhead shark, and the Deep. But that's what that scene was, is her like, all right, fuck off, and I'm going to go back to work. That's what she was doing. She was not killing him. It just happened to be that he's such an awful, horrible person that the ocean also hates him.
Yeah.
Now let's go to his death. Could they have done his death better?
No.
I mean, Octopus Kebab is awesome.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Perfect. And
They even say for Ambrosia.
yeah.
And Eric Kripke said in a recent interview that was Ambrosia's cousin, which is hilarious.
That is funny.
I would have loved a line after for Ambrosia if there was another line and for Timothy.
Yeah.
That would have been really funny.
Poor Timothy.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. Totally deserved.
I also liked her line, obviously she tells him about the Homelander thing, but also the line of like take responsibility for like one thing ever. Everything sucks in your life because you blew up your own life. It's so true.
Yep.
All those decisions were his. Like, obviously, everyone around Homelander was somewhat blackmailed.
Sure.
But no. Love the Deep. I don't think there was a character ending that I didn't really like. Also, like, Ashley in the finale.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a perfect ending because you still had Bashley back there finally come around and be like telling her where to go.
Love
and
you, bitch.
And how to help. So she did have like a little bit of redemption, but not enough. I love that they also put the news anchor thing in there where like she's not still going to be president. Like she's still kind of going to jail or getting impeached.
I am not resigning. She was impeached.
Unanimous vote, a historical unanimous vote. Yeah. So yeah, that was great because she's still a terrible person.
Yeah, of course.
But I am also glad that she got a chance to do something good.
As the number one Ashley fan, I was also happy with her ending.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about the cream of the crop. Let's talk about probably what you and I are going to agree is maybe the strongest moments in the season finale, which is Butcher and Huey.
Yeah.
I think that scene was, I don't know how you handle that scene better.
Yeah.
In this episode. Bum, bum, bum. Wish you would have built to it more a little bit in the season. Wish Butcher wasn't as nice as he was in this season. I wish you would have built off of how awful he is at the end of season 4.
He sucks in season 4.
And then made this make a little bit more sense. I get he's set off because Ryan tells him off and then Terror dies. That's really bad back to back.
Yeah.
So I get that, but
I think they handled it pretty well because I hated him at the end of season 4 and I've never really recovered from that.
Sure.
But if they kept that energy at that level, I don't think the Homelander Butcher fight I would have enjoyed as much.
This is really fair. And that was probably more important.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
You're cooking.
So I think there's a gray area in there where they're operating where it's like Butcher was still annoying and he still butts heads with Huey enough where he's like, we're going to kill all Soups and Huey doesn't want him to. But if you make us dislike him that much all season, I'd be like, I don't care if Homelander kills him. You know what I mean?
I am changing my score to an 8 out of 10 for the finale. That's such a good point. You're right.
All right.
Because it is worth it.
Yeah.
To make him likable. By the way, the best shot in the entire series is Butcher standing over Homelander's dead body and smiling at the camera.
Yeah, and then crushing it. Yeah.
It is the best shot in the whole series.
So good.
It's my favorite, at least. It's so in character. It's so awesome. It's hilarious. It's so The Boys. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that scene at Vought Tower is shot very well. It is very lit. Have you seen the parallels between that shot and Homelander's first shot in that room? Mm-mm. It's the exact same. They turn at the same rate. They look the same. They're lit not similarly because Homelander was during the day, but it's like exactly the same. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, that was because I like, it wasn't a twist, but you think it's all over and you think we're just getting the eulogy and then something else crazy happens because Butcher, he just can't help himself.
Yep.
And he's got to die. He's got to die. We're not going to let you commit genocide, brother.
Yeah.
That was good.
No, it was good. I would have loved a big twist this season.
Yeah, well, in the comics, there's that Black Noir twist, and some other stuff. And your favorite thing about The Boys is the twist, so I get it.
The twist in season 1, Becca's still alive, incredible.
Yeah.
The twist in season 2, Victoria Newman's the one blowing up the heads, fucking incredible. Then there are pretty good twists in season 3, like that Soldier Boy's still alive and other things like that. And Soldier Boy's his father, he kills Black Noir, some stuff like that. That's like fun. But yeah, the twists have just kind of been getting worse.
Yeah. And they've been dumbed down. No, I get it. We can talk about, in the Boys finale with the promotional material, there's like people are complaining that you see the he's standing over the or the in the space he's looking at Earth and everything's on fire and everything. And did you want more from that? Did you want Homelander? I don't know. I mean, a little bit of it would have been cool if we're like it's the finale and Homelander, we're worried all episode and all season that he's about to round up all these people and then start wiping them out. And I guess it would have been cool to see a little bit of that. I saw a clip on TikTok. I don't who made it or whatever, but it was like black and white like footage of like someone in like a stadium, and Homelander was floating in the middle of it, and he was just lasering the people in the stadium. I was like, oh, that would have been kind of sick to kind of see him just pop off for a second and then kind of make it even heavier in the finale. But the fact that there were posters of that didn't really bother me.
I agree with you on the poster point, and let me rebuttal you on the stadium point. Because I saw something similar, which was the moment, I can't remember if it's in season 2, I think it's in season 2, where he thinks in his mind that he lasers the whole crowd of people, but then it's not real. And somebody was like, they were building to this, but then they didn't do it. And some people are saying, their final fight was scorched earth, and instead it was just a scorched rug. Yep. Like, people are saying that. Let me tell you why I have no problem with not giving Homelander that and killing a stadium full of people. That would make him live on in infamy for the rest of human history. Not positively, but he would. Like Hitler, like 9/11. We will talk about 9/11 for the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
Even though it happened when you were 3 and I was 1. And there are many people watching this that weren't alive for 9/11. 9/11 will be talked about for the rest of our lives because it is a moment in human history where thousands upon thousands of people died. It is an ultimate tragedy. So the people responsible, somebody like Adolf Hitler, who was responsible for World War II and the Holocaust, these people live on in infamy. That would be good for Homelander. Homelander wants something like that. It makes him even more pathetic that he didn't ever achieve anything like that, which is awesome. It's amazing to me that he dies with a kill count of 100 when he was capable of billions. I like that. Okay. That makes him groveling at Butcher's feet even more pathetic. Yes, it would have been more pathetic if he did kill all those people and was still begging for his life, because that would have made it would have made him less deserving of Butcher's mercy. But I'm glad he didn't get that moment. So glad. And yeah, maybe it would have been cool to see on screen, but I'm glad we didn't get that because he was an awful, awful, awful person and he deserves to die and be forgotten.
That's an interesting take. I like it. Okay.
Like Ernesto de la Cruz. Come on. Come on, baby.
Remember me.
Come on, man. You like that pull?
I like that pull.
The Coco callback?
You're doing a great job today.
Thank you. You're doing a great job.
You're really locked in on your job. This is where they pay you the big bucks.
Come on, man. All right. Anything else about the finale before we get to the season?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about the season.
Yeah. All right. Here are our scores for season 5 of The Boys, just the season as a whole.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
7.5.
6 out of 10. Yep. Just a little bit lower as well. I think there are really high highs. I think there are really low lows. Is clearly better than season 4. If anything, that season 5 has made me strongly lower season 4.
Okay. Yeah. I think it started really strong. I think the season started really strong. After the first 2 episodes, I was like, all right.
Yeah, me too.
There's some dilly-dallying in the middle where I'm like, is this, I felt like it was a lot of people are saying this. It's a good season. It's not a good final season. Like, we know all of this is ending. So the whole time we're watching it, we're like, all right. The virus stuff kind of took me out. Soldier Boys back and forth really
so
took me.
Annoying.
I think that was my least favorite thing of the season, to be honest. But then there's some stuff I really liked. Like you said, there were some high highs. Homelander obviously is great throughout. I think some of the character moments in the penultimate episode with Mother's Milk and Starlight, conversations with him, and then Huey and Butcher in that scene, and some others. Obviously Frenchie's sacrifice and Kimiko, that was handled really well. So there's some good stuff in the season, 100%. And then obviously I like the finale. So. Not my favorite season. Obviously, season 1 and 3 are better. I think this is better than season 4. I need to rewatch season 2, but it's around there.
2 starts slow, but when 2 gets going, it's my favorite. Like, legitimately. Like, the highs of 2 are higher than any other season for me personally.
Okay.
But it does start slow, so it's not as good as 1 or 3. For me, season 5, something that now that we've watched the finale, I'm just like frustrated that some characters got as much time as they did. We get this whole tragic backstory for Firecracker, who is an awful, awful human being. You did not need to give her that treatment with the pastor and then her
I disagree. I like
having
that.
to denounce the pastor and then Homelander just killing her afterwards. I didn't care. Now that we're finished with the season, I would have loved for her to die a bitchly death in the finale and not gotten any development for her. I didn't need that.
That made her death hit a little bit more for me because I don't.
But I didn't need her death to hit. I agree with you. Her death hit a bit for me, but I didn't need her death to hit. I don't care.
Well, I think it's the show's job to make us care, and that's what that did. So that's why I like it. Not that I felt bad for her. That backstory shows how bad of a person she is. So I wasn't like sad when she died.
Sure.
You know, I liked that because they showed her why she shouldn't do this. They showed a part of her that could have been a little bit redeeming of like, this guy actually cares about you and is like trying to connect with you. And then later that day, you are saying to the world that he is the Antichrist, basically. So that when you die, I'm like, oh, good. Yeah. Which I would have been either way, obviously, but I liked it.
Sure. And this comes to my biggest negative for The Boys season 5 as a whole. And it's that I feel even season 4, which I think is clearly a much worse season, I think season 5 is the most predictable season of The Boys by far. And something I always loved about The Boys is how unpredictable it was. You had no idea what Homelander was going to do episode to episode. You had no clue. You had no clue what Butcher was going to do episode to episode. Mm-hmm. When Butcher punches Huey so that Huey doesn't get more of the Temp V, which would have gone on to kill him, completely unpredictable. You know what I'm saying? Loved that, but didn't feel out of character. In the same way that, you know, at the end of the very first episode, it ends with an unpredictable moment from Homelander lasering down that plane. You know, at the end of season 1, him lasering Stillwell. Then Becca's still alive. All this unpredictability throughout. God, I feel like we predicted
everything.
Half of the shit that happens in the final season of The Boys.
We knew Frenchie was going to die from the first episode.
We knew Frenchie was going to die from the first episode. We thought that we knew Butcher was going to die. We knew that Homelander was going to die. We knew exactly how they would kill the Deep.
Yeah.
It just predictable after predictable after predictable.
That's a good point.
And so I have to dock the season points.
Yeah.
Because what's made me love this show so much until season 5, it's completely devoid in season 5.
And that's what people were saying about the finale is the word they kept using was safe. Yep. They didn't, which in my opinion, generally you need to do that.
Yeah.
Because I want you to check these boxes.
Sure.
I like that. But, you know, like you said, The Boys is known for its unpredictability and that's what gives it some of its charm. So yeah, there should have been some of that in the finale and throughout the season.
Yeah. Like as soon as Butcher brings the virus to Vought Tower, and as soon as we've got Huey and Butcher, was there a single person watching that thought that Butcher was going to walk away from that scene alive?
No.
Absolutely not. You know, even things like if you would have told me, hey, predict a happy ending for Huey. Him and Annie are together and he's got a video store, seems exactly like something we would have guessed.
Yeah. But I like that.
Love it.
For certain characters, you need that.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
You think Monique and Mother's Milk have a happy marriage now?
I hope it's better.
Soldier Boy's still alive.
Yeah.
Soldier Boy's the one that kept bringing him back into it. Like, why would this end? Because Butcher's guy is dead.
Also, why is Ryan like invited to the cookout?
I think that he adopted Ryan. I actually think that's really sweet.
Yeah, but that didn't have any lead up, did it?
Yeah, because that's what Mother's Milk does for a living.
He adopt white kids?
His first appearance in The Boys, when Butcher goes to him and he's like, we killed Translucent, is at like a delinquent youth where he's like, and he's like just a teacher, a father to all these young men.
I didn't hate it. I just thought
thought that was a great ending.
I didn't hate it. I just thought it was a little out of left field because I was like, you know, I didn't think Ryan and MM had ever really hung out.
Sure, I'll give you that. But I liked it. I also would have loved for him to have gone with Kimiko.
Yeah, that would have made some sense too because she wanted, you know, to adopt. He's supposed to be 14.
that young man can vote.
Yeah, he
is 18.
Like
that young man can vote.
He could, yeah, he could go to war. You know,
yes, he might get drafted. Yeah, that's a good point. But you know, we have that critique for all these shows: Stranger Things, The Boys, all that.
Ryan was, yeah, yeah. So old. Not even close.
You think Gen V could have been more pointless?
Yeah, a lot of people were upset about that. I guess
I'm upset about it.
Sure, and that's totally fair.
I watched 2 seasons of that show because y'all told me I had to. After I watched season 2, I was like, absolutely I had to, and then bull fucking shit.
I didn't tell you that. I guess I just never expected.
Sure.
I knew it was a spinoff. Like, they have like a cameo at the end of season 4 when they're getting rounded up and you see some of the Gen V people.
Yeah.
But and I also understand I never finished Gen V season 2, and I know that's when they really hammer home how powerful she is and she's the Homelander killer and all that. So maybe it didn't bother me as much because I never finished it. But yeah, I mean, I totally understand why it's a little annoying. We're like, they're in there. There you go. But
I'm telling you, it would have pissed you off.
Why didn't they have her helping in the Oval Office? Then that would have made him not leave.
Thank you.
That would have made him not leaving and the power scaling a little bit better.
Thank you. Exactly correct. And you know what? Don't even invite her. Have her do the thing. Have her sidelined and have her see the fight on TV and fly there.
Yeah. Can she fly?
I don't know if she could fly, but she could do some crazy shit with her fucking blood and other people's blood.
Do a Deus Ex Machina thing like you did with Ryan.
Do that. And she goes, I saw it on the TV. And she like is fucking throwing Homelander around and fucking he can't fly away now. And then have Homelander knock her out so that Homelander is still shown being strong as fuck. You just solved it. Marie.
Because that would have checked off the Gen V box. That would have checked off the power scaling box.
Marie Monroe being in the Oval Office fight scene would have solved literally every problem with it. Because you can have her being strong enough to prevent him from flying away, but then you use her as a tool because you don't want her to actually play that big of a role in the finale because it's not her show.
Yeah.
I understand that completely, but have her use some powers that depowers him.
Yeah.
Somehow, and because you've built that up that she is strong enough to do that, but then have Homelander knock her out so it's still an impressive feat for Homelander so he's not a bitch in the Oval Office. So that power scalers like me and you aren't complaining about how weak he is.
And then he's got to go against Kimiko, Marie, Ryan, and Butcher.
Yeah, you just cooked out of your fucking mind. You're on today. You came to work today.
Maybe we should start writing stuff.
No,
that sounds exhausting. I'd rather die.
Nobody wants to read what we've got to write.
No one wants to read. No one wants to read or watch anything anymore.
No.
Especially what we have to say.
We complain about things for a living. We should be the last people to be writing things.
I don't think we complain for a living.
I do.
That's so negative. I hate that.
I guess I do.
What else? Anything else? Great show. Love the show. I'm going to miss it.
I really enjoyed watching the show. I'm not really going to miss it too much because I did just watch it like 2 months ago. So it is interesting having the perspective. You know, I feel the same way about Stranger Things. Like it's like it came and went for me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like this thing that
You're gonna make me cry.
Devoted. No, it's just based on the time I spent with it.
No, I get it, but now I'm just thinking about.
I didn't devote years of my life to either of those shows. So you devoted over 10 years of your life to, or a little less than 10 years of your life to Stranger Things, and 7 years of your life, no meme intended, to The Boys. It's not. I didn't have that. I spent 2 months on each. You know, so it's over. It was a great show. I'm really glad I watched it. Even season 5, which I had problems with. Season 4, I had the most problems with. Season 5, I think they stuck the landing. I enjoyed the ending. And goodness gracious, I mean, if we have to glow about one thing before we wrap this up.
Anthony Starr.
Anthony Starr's Homelander might be the best villain performance in any superhero property ever.
I'm not mad at that take, literally in the slightest.
He was incredible start to finish.
There's not even in season 4, which is the weakest season, you still get some insane high level acting and great Homelander moments.
You feel the backstory episode where he goes to the place that he was raised and kills all those people. You thought that was some of his best acting in the entire show. And that's in the weakest season.
Yeah.
And this season, I mean...
And you get a lot of them. Like, obviously, Heath Ledger's in one movie, and you get, you get some Thanos, but we got to spend more time with one of or the best villain on screen for 7 years.
Absolutely.
So that also makes it a little bit better for me.
What a gift he was. And how well, I got to give Eric Kripke and all of the people at The Boys their full flowers for how well they handled Homelander the entire time. I mean, I've got problems with the show. None of them have to even do with Homelander. I mean, the power scaling at the end. But otherwise, I've got very little problems that have to do with him. When we're complaining about this season, it's that it's not as unpredictable as we would have liked, or that Soldier Boy was flip-flopping around being annoying about that. Like, stuff like that is what the complaints we have in season 4. None of them have to do with Homelander. Like, the suit is incredible. The acting is incredible. The theme is incredible. The writing is incredible. Across the board.
Shout out The Boys.
And yeah, maybe I honestly don't feel like we talked about it enough, how good his performance is, Anthony Starr's performance is in the finale of The Boys.
Yeah.
That, like I said, some of his best acting in the entire show is that one moment before he tries the laser.
Because he's scared.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Generational performance.
Yeah, in that episode, you get that moment. You get him being the confident a-hole Homelander where he's talking to the deep because he's so full of himself and flying that guy to space and not caring. You get that, and then the next scene you get, I'll do anything you want.
How he should have gone out. Oh, how great. This is,
This is for Becca.
This is for my Becca as he fucking kills him is so great. So, it's so good. This is for Frenchie as he's punching him. So great.
Yeah.
How great is it when Butcher breaks down the door? William, I was thinking you'd forgotten our agreement.
Yeah.
He's just so good. I could say this with full confidence. We will not see 5 performances in superhero media better than that in our lifetime.
Oh, yeah, I would make that bet.
So cherish this, guys. And if you haven't watched The Boys and you're maybe seeing this clip, because I doubt you've watched this episode if you haven't seen The Boys, but if you're watching this clip on a Clipper account or on our account or something and you haven't watched The Boys, but you are a fan of superhero stuff, maybe give it a try. Because
it's not for everybody.
It isn't. And it wasn't for me for a long time.
Very adulty, but
he is
great.
It's a generational performance. And generational is kind of a word that gets thrown around a lot, but not here.
I agree.
Also, Huey's a generational protagonist.
I love Huey.
Huey refusing to be corrupted across these 5 seasons, and he ends it being the best guy that he is at the start.
Also,
he's a great guy that bad things happened to. He never changed.
He also likes Billy Joel, who is one of the favorite artists ever for me.
How much you love the Piano Man shout
Dude,
at the
it's
end.
my favorite song of all time. So it ended a great
You start
show.
crying there?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay. All right,
but I was singing it. I don't know if you know, there were some people in the theater that were singing it. Me and Ricky were singing it. It was great.
That was a great song choice. It was great.
Shout out to Boys.
And I like that he wants him to do the counter soups job, the president, and he's like, I like my video store.
Yeah. On to the Mandalorian and Grogu spoilers.
Yes, enjoy this very long episode. Good. So we're going to start our spoiler review for Mandalorian and Grogu. CGI is pretty good. There are moments where it's not good. Grogu is a puppet the entire movie. You don't have an ounce of CGI on him. And therefore, I mean, there is an ounce when he does this with the mouse droid. But otherwise, he's never using CGI. I think he looks phenomenal the entire film.
He looks a little stocky, but it kind of works because he's a baby.
Correct. He does look stocky, but that's because they're not using CGI. It's just the puppet. The Hutts, specifically Rada, on the Rebel base, the lighting is not doing him any favors.
Sure. That's when he looks the worst, but there are times where he looks really, really good.
Absolutely.
During he's getting the massage.
Yep.
Whenever it's like a little bit darker, he looks good in the ship, in the arena. But yeah, when it's at the Rebel base, because it's just like full brightness.
Yep.
He looks a little.
Yep.
But it wasn't terrible.
But I don't know if the CGI like necessarily looks bad. It's just like it's ugly to look at.
Yeah, I mean, like the other creatures in the arena, Martin Scorsese's character, like I thought they all looked really good.
Yeah.
And the Anzellans are obviously puppets too.
They are puppets, yes, and they look like it. But I love it. I love the.
They're
puppets.
stocky too, but again, it works.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, the Razor Crest looks spectacular in every shot.
Yeah, the fight scenes in the sky, the ship fights.
The ships from the Clone Wars that do this and then this. Those ships look good. I don't know. I'd be interested to know if the droids were CGI or practical or a combination of both. The droids look really good.
On the hut.
On Nal Hutta. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The droids look really good. Yeah, I'd be interested to know about that.
So not an ugly gray movie.
There were ugly shots in the movie, but there were also spectacular shots in the movie.
Specifically with Embo.
Yes.
Embo is so cool.
Embo's mostly CGI.
When it's raining and dark and he's got Mando, and then the ship comes down with the light and he's just standing there, I was like, oh, okay. You're cool.
Yeah.
My bad.
I also love that his ship is just his hat.
Yeah.
That is the most Star Wars shit ever. I just love it. I love it. I think that's the funniest thing.
Connor was upset that he didn't skate around on his hat. Does that happen a lot in the Clone Wars? I know.
Yes.
I've seen. I
Yes.
remember that a little bit.
There's a snow planet scene,
Yeah.
and he rides it like a sled. It is so hard.
He throws it around a little bit.
He does. And
There's
he
one
uses it as
moment.
a shield.
There's one moment where Mandalorian just fully gives him a few seconds to pop it up, put it on, and then do one of these.
But it's hard.
It's hard, but Mando was just watching him aura farm for a second. Mid fight.
Yeah. So, what do you want to talk about?
I feel like I said most of the things I wanted to say in the non-spoiler, so I'll kind of bounce off of you.
Okay.
There are a few moments that I mentioned specifically that I can get into a little bit more detail on, and there's one slow scene that I think we're going to talk about.
We will.
Slow portion of the movie.
I say the best way to do this is chronologically.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Let's just start from the top and just talk about major things we want to talk about.
Okay.
So, obviously, this is our spoiler review for Mandalorian and Grogu. Full spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched the movie yet, click away, go watch the movie in theaters, then come back. The opening, I don't think is the best thing in the world, but it's far from the worst scene in the movie.
I really like it.
I think that the fight scene on the AT-AT is pretty awesome. Him coming in and just taking out the snowtroopers by snowtroopers. I think that that's a lot of fun. I think the opening of him going through the base, I think one of the best shots in the entire movie is the POV shot from the mouse droid. When he comes in and you just see it from his perspective, Mando taking out everybody, that shit was awesome.
And there's one shot where it's still dark and he flips someone over and shoots him without looking, and the only way you see him is from the reflection of his blaster.
Awesome. That's
cool
the first shot of Mando in the movie.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's
yeah.
Batman in space, which is Mando at his best is Batman in space. Agree with you there. I don't love Mr. Delmar the Imperial. I just kind of think his acting's a little wooden. I think that we will talk about it consistently. Golly, the writing in this movie is rough.
It's pretty
rough. So this is the least amount of dialogue in any Star Wars movie ever, by far, and you feel it sometimes.
Yeah, because there's 5-minute scenes where we're just like, all right, we're going to this planet. Now we're walking through this planet. Now, even the opening, after the opening 20 minutes, Connor was next to me, and once he gets back to the base and is walking through the base and is going up to Sigourney Weaver, all that, Connor's literally okay, I'm ready for my movie to start now. So there are some stretches there where it's we could kind of go through this a little bit faster.
Yes. So, yeah, the acting, it may not be Mr. Delmar from Spider-Man's fault, but yeah, he's just long live the Empire. I think we can all agree that everything's were better under the Empire. Oh my gosh, shut up. All that.
It didn't bother me that much, but
yeah. So
one of this isn't chronological. I'm jumping a little bit, but since we're talking about dialogue, there was one moment when the Mr. Coin with the salt, when we go into his office and he's talking to us about the salt or whatever. There's literally 2 or 3 lines in a row where he's like, "All I ask is that you do this." And then he gets out the salt and then he wraps it up for him. And then he literally says, "All I ask is that you do this." It's you said the phrase "all I ask" 2 or 3 times in this scene. It's a little repetitive. But
yeah. Well, They need that for the Netflix audience. Have you heard that Netflix thing where they make people repeat make you repeat the plot constantly? It did feel like that.
Well, and again, you said this in your non-spoiler, and I felt it a lot more on second watch. It is a kids movie. Kids movie. It's good. I enjoyed it, but it's a kids movie.
Yeah.
And so some of this stuff that we're complaining about, I don't think is as much of a big deal if it's.
If you're 8.
If you're 8. If I'm 8, I'm not being like, well, the dialogue.
Yeah.
Is a little choppy here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it's interesting because there's always the question of, has Disney ruined Star Wars? A lot of people feel that it has, whatever. And I think that some people might make the argument that Star Wars has always been for kids. You know, and it's like, oh, what Star Wars did you grow up with? That's going to be your favorite. And so, like you and I, we grew up with the prequels, so we love them. Now, you and I'm very blessed that you are honest, and we can be honest and be like, those are not the best movies, especially when you compare it to Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, two of the greatest movies ever made. Those are Jaws, Godfather tier. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones is, you know, whatever, Ice Age tier. It's just, but you can always argue that Star Wars is for kids. I think that Mandalorian and Grogu is going to get a lot of hate. For people are like, oh, it's too kiddie. It's like, oh, this isn't really for you anymore. It's kind of that. I'm kind of blessed because Star Wars has been making adult stuff under Disney. Andor. Maul Shadow Lord sure can be for kids, but it does feel like an adult show for the kids that grew up with Clone Wars. You know? So I am kind of grateful to Disney for that, you know? If that makes sense, or else, because if this was the only thing we were getting.
They could also make Empire.
Yeah,
and A New Hope. You know what I mean? But they don't.
No. But Andor seasons 1 and 2 are really quite great.
No, obviously.
But
what else?
All right, back to Mando, the movie. So then we leave Hoth Light, and the AT-AT stuff, the explosion. I think it's fun where the tapping on the helmet is so hilarious.
I do really love that moment. I think that's the way it looks with the puppet, like ding 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 ding. I think that's peak Mando and Grogu relationship. I think it's really funny. I thought that was a great moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Funny. Good. It gives Grogu agency.
Yeah.
Like that feels like Grogu has a say.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Zeb picking him up. The U-Wing, the CGI on all the ships looks phenomenal. The U-Wing CGI looks great. The Zeb CGI looks pretty good most of the movie. So all that's great. And then we go to Rebel Planet on a beach. And we're chilling there, and Sigourney Weaver is phoning in the performance to no end. She did not give a fuck about being in this movie. She's fine, whatever. We got the deck of cards, and now time for the next episode.
Why do we need a card in Mandalorian and Grogu that just has a face that's not a face? And he like pulls it out later like, I'm looking for this guy. Homie, it's a silhouette. Just say that I'm looking for Mr. Coin or whatever.
Because I think the Arabesh says Commander Coin.
Okay.
And maybe on the back it has like information about him.
Just say that. They kept like she was like, I need you to find this guy. I was like, I'm looking at a PNG of a silhouette. Yeah,
that's funny. And also, what happened to the holograms? They're pucks with holograms in
I'm looking for
Mandalorian
this
the
guy.
show. Why is it a card? I also hate that it's the Ace of Staves.
Yeah.
Every time they say that, I go, ugh.
I didn't clock that until the second watch.
For whatever reason, Star Wars has always done a great job of like giving everything a Star Wars name.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this person's name is Ryan, but their name is Riley from Maul. His name is Riley, real name, but it's spelled weird to be Star Warsy. But Ace of Staves pisses me off.
It's a little.
I hate it.
Yeah.
All right, so now we go to Nal Hutta.
Yeah, so
she gives him the Razor Crest. Oh, that pissed me off.
Why?
Because it is the most convenient bullshit ever. Like that, I don't like that scene. Where it's like, oh, here's your payment. It's just the ship that already blown up that we knew was super rare and this and that. I don't like the yellow paint on it. I much prefer...
Sure, I'll give you the yellow paint. Do you hate it at the end of Guardians when they just give him a new one? A new Milano?
No, because it's a different ship. And like it's not the exact same model, and it's like, oh, that's actually a good point.
I have those sometimes. You like this hoodie?
I do. Do you like that hoodie?
This is the first time I worn it. I saw it over there. It was still in its packaging. I was like, I'm wearing that today.
Yeah.
I like
it's
it.
a good one. It looks good on you. I wore it a couple weeks ago.
Where is it? What's this one from?
This is the Future Foundation suit.
That sounds like Fantastic Four.
It is Fantastic Four.
Oh.
When Spider-Man joins the Fantastic Four,
Oh.
they give him that suit.
Oh, I'm asking for the company's name that made it.
Oh.
I thought you were saying the company's name. I was like, they just ripped that out of a comic.
Well, you gotta. They've got a couple names: Urban Sports Culture,
Urban Culture.
Hooligan Brand,
Is that
but they're both that.
all right? Anyways, yeah. So we get our mission, and like the first third of the movie is this mission. And the stakes are just. There aren't really any stakes to me because like we kind of know what's going to happen, and it's just we're just doing a mission for the rebellion.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of felt like an episode to me. And then once we get him, and we're gone, and there's like a crossfade at the end of that, it's like, well, that's the end of that episode.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, now how do we talk to the Hutts?
I love the dialogue in this scene is terrible because it's Pedro Pascal going, "The Hutts are crime lords. Just because we're invited does not mean we're safe." I'm like, oh my gosh, shut up. But everything on Nal Hutta of him walking in, the landing sequence is great. The ship's escorting, all the droids is interesting. This is the first time we've seen Nal Hutta in a movie or TV. Maybe we've seen it in a TV show, but first time we're seeing it in a movie. It looks so good. Having the Hutts in a swampy environment like this is great. And him walking through that tunnel, and we see the Hutts going from hole to hole. You're looking in the holes, and they're like feeding each other, and they look like they're doing weird, slimy Hutt stuff. Loved that.
You're a freak, huh?
I just like seeing the worms do wormy things. I just loved that sequence. And then he walks in, and it's the twins from Boba Fett, and they're kind of good guys in Boba Fett.
They are in Boba Fett.
Yeah. Who told you they weren't?
I challenged Connor to give me like whisper lore in my ear the whole time, like he did for Mortal Kombat, because
Sure.
I thought that was like real cute and sexy.
Sure.
So then he was trying, and then he was like, and I was like, oh, the twins, they're in Clone Wars. He was like, yeah. I was like, and they're in Boba Fett too, right? He's like, I don't think they're in Boba Fett.
I don't think the twins are in Clone Wars.
Wow, so he's just fully a moron. And we knew that already, but now I can like
Yeah.
reconfirm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll let him know.
Yeah. So the twins are 100% from Boba Fett. I don't like that they don't have names. I don't like that they're just the twins. Even when you Wikipedia it, they don't have names. They're just the twins. It's always bothered me. Maybe they have names now. They should have names now, but I don't know. I love how the female talks.
Yeah,
I think the female twins voice is so cool. Doesn't have enough lines. It's so awesome. It's so good. I love it.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I don't love that they're not talking in Huttese the whole time. I don't love that they speak English,
Okay.
but it's fine.
Okay.
It just sounds weird, but that's fine. Anyway, all right, now we've learned our mission, and now we got to go to Shikari, and the movie can begin. Everything before then, I'm like, this is fine. This is whatever. Once we get to Shikari, I think the movie picks up third, fourth, fifth gear. The score, when we get to Shikari, the synths, I think is so awesome. I think it's so great. And Shikari's the best setting in the movie. Like, the sets look so good. The lighting, the Razor Crest flying through the city before they drop off Mando looks so fucking good with the music and everything like that. And I love Mando. He's going to the guy who's making a little French way sandwich.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's character. And he needs information from him. Martin Scorsese gives an excellent performance.
He does.
And he did not phone this one in.
He hits an absolute cinema for a second. I don't know if
He does.
with all four of his hands.
Yep, he does.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's hilarious. And I love Mando getting the information and all that. Points him the right way. Goes to check out Rada. And I think that the first gladiator sequence where
Just lands on the guy. Mm-hmm.
I think that's so funny.
Yeah, that's exactly what he should do.
Exactly. Like it's
That would
so,
kill anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that that's great. And then we move to, now we're doing a couple favor. We got to find Lord Janu. Then we got to do this, and then we got to do that. But then we get to Lord Janu's, and it's the bar fight. I think the bar fight's so fun. You got anything to say about what we're talking about so far?
No, I mean, I love when it's John Wick Batman. You know, it's just him in there, and he's able to handle all of them. Him breaking the guy's tusk thing, I was like,
Awesome.
"Die."
Awesome.
Shoot.
I forget what that species is called. We have a Jedi. It's Sasitin.
Uh-huh.
Species.
I knew that one.
Yeah.
Making sure no one's at our door. Okay. Yeah, we go in there, we talk to him, and again, I some of that dialogue, whatever. Janu is his name, right?
Yep.
Why did Janu tell us it was a generic match?
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to tell us that. We're trying to get him out. I'm a Mandalorian. Like, I want to save this guy, and you're going to tell me that you're killing him tomorrow and you don't think that's going to cause any problems? What criminal lord would just, like, willingly give out that information?
But they do have the plan because they do capture him.
Oh, you think he was...
So the plan works because they do capture him.
You think that was, like, his plan was to, like, get him back in there?
Not necessarily, but it was a backup just in case. I think he did legitimately want Mando to fight in the ring, as he said it 15 fucking times in that scene.
Yeah.
And then it's also the way he says it. He's like, please fight in the pit.
Because the only reason they take Mando down with the gas is, like, once Rada calls them.
Sure.
Like, I thought that was just Rada, like, letting them know he was in there. I didn't think that was...
Sure.
Some 5D chess that Janu was playing.
Sure.
But maybe.
I don't know. I just think it was like a precaution. I don't know. But you're right. I don't know why he tells him it's a Dejeric match. And then he goes and he does it. He gets captured. Now Grogu's in a cage and Rada and Mando got a fight. Didn't really care for that fight.
In the
Coliseum between Rada and Mando.
There were a couple cool moments. I like when he like shot the thing and whipped around him. Also the fact that him getting crushed didn't kill him because of his Beskar armor. I thought that was cool.
Sure.
But I mean, it didn't last that long.
No. And then Mando wins, and then you're free to die, and then we get the Dejeric match, which I don't know. You loved it?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of. It was just more interesting. You know, we got this creature that can go like this, and we got the electricity creature. Then we got the big one that has a jersey on them. We've got the also big one that came from like the little Star Wars chessboard. It looks like it's from
a lot of them are from the Star Wars chess pieces.
And then like,
and they do this thing from New Hope, which was fun.
I liked the reasoning that why the wires and everything went down was because of specifically electricity creature got thrown onto them. I thought that was a clever explanation. Why wouldn't I like it?
For me, it was one of the weaker fight scenes in the movie.
Why?
A problem that we will explore a little bit later in this movie.
Too shaky?
Hold the camera still, goddammit, holy shit. The shaky cam in this movie is fucking brutal. And it's not that bad in the bar fight scene. It is so bad in the Coliseum fights. And then it's awful in the final fight. The shaky cam is awful in the final fight.
I think I noticed it a little bit more in the final fight. I didn't notice it in the Coliseum.
But the shaky cam is my biggest critique with the fight choreography. Like, I think there's some really fun choreography moments, especially stuff that we will talk about a little bit later with Embo, with the droids. But dog, that fight choreography, the shaky cam was killing me in that movie.
Are we disagreeing about Star Wars fight choreography right now?
It wouldn't be the first time, and I doubt it'll be the last.
I'm not going to yell at you.
Thank you.
Unless you say something really, really, really stupid.
Well, let's keep going. We'll see if we can top it. So then, all right, but now we save Rada, and I said already that the movie kicked into high gear, but this is where the movie, I think, continues my enjoyment completely. Then you have Rada convincing him that Janu is Coin, and then they go to the mansion, and you get the mansion fight, which everything outside of the mansion looks fucking hideous on that beach, but everything in the mansion looks pretty good. But most importantly, you get the Zeb hallway fight, which does have some shaky cam, but it's fine because he's stabbing everybody with the electric staff from the Magna Guards. So tough.
Okay.
Love that. Okay. You know, Grievous's bodyguards. He's using one of those staffs. It's even got the pink blast to it. And he takes out like 20 stormtroopers in that hallway. Awesome. And Mando coming in, and he's like, oh, these Mandalorians. And he's like, everything you've heard is true. Awesome. That he just walks right in there, takes out Saucy Tin Light. Saucy Tin, but he's a gangster. And then, you know, they get Janu out of there, and they do the chase sequence with the cool cars. I just love that whole sequence. Rada takes him out when they get on the Razor Crest. You get the whole thing of Grogu's got to turn on the ship.
I thought the first missile wasn't that funny. I feel like that's been done before. But when he's like, no, not that one. There's a safety cover on it. It's over here. And then you see Grogu look over there and be like, no. And then go back and flip it and do the other way. That was funny.
Yeah, I like that as well. I like that as well. And then we go and he made a call, and you brought Janu, and you bring Janu in, and it's the room of cameos, and Dave Filoni and all the people from Ahsoka and all the people from Mando season 2 and 3. And you do all that. And then finally Mando leaves and he goes to Navarro. And I love that he lives on Navarro in that house from season 3. I love that he's got
He doesn't go there at the end of season 1.
Well, that's where the show starts. The show starts on Navarro. It's the location that is most consistently in Mandalorian.
Okay. I was trying to call out Connor on another inconsistency, but maybe he got that one right.
He's just always there.
Okay.
But season 1, that's where he delivers the child.
Yeah. Because he's got those little creatures that I have spoken rides.
So yes, I was going to talk about that. I love that he's got a blurg farm. Now, the blurgs are not native to Navarro, so he brought them from the desert planet in episode 2, which is where he meets Queel.
Yeah.
Who's the I Have Spoken guy. But I love that he's got a little blurg farm. There were a lot of nice touches for fans of the show to enjoy, like his N1 that's parked right outside his house.
Yeah,
I like that you acknowledge that he still has that. So I guess, Zeb picked him up on Navarro? Because how else did he get to the rebellion place?
Yeah.
And by the way, at the end of the movie, they take him to the rebellion place, and the Razor Crest is there. How? Did Zeb go to Navarro and grab it and bring it to the Rebellion Beach location? Because it is there. Embo takes him alone, and Grogu leaves on the Enzellan ship.
Yeah.
How did the Razor Crest go from Navarro to the Rebellion place?
Good catch.
Gotcha. But so we're on Navarro.
Embo shows up.
And Embo shows up.
He's great. Him walking up is great. Anytime the lightning goes off is great. I wish the fight scene lasted a little bit longer. I was ready for some cool stuff. They fight at the end of the movie, obviously, but and I also like that the reason Mando got caught was because he kind of got distracted by the Enzellans, and then him getting picked up with the light. Just a lot of great shots in that scene, in my opinion. Yeah.
And this is the point in the movie where I was watching it for the first time, going, "Holy shit! I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10." I love this because I was like, "Yeah, the opening's a little bit slow," but then you establish, Embo and the Hutts are going after Mando. And now, for the first time ever, Grogu gets to save Mando.
Fully. Not just like with a little force thing.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I was like, brilliant. I was like, I love this so much.
His little suit up scene was funny.
So funny.
Putting the little detonators in his bag and then tightening the thing. That's cute.
And you get to do the Enzellans because the Enzellans come to hang out because they're going to work on the ship.
You're talking about, the movie gets better here, the movie gets better here. Movie goes like this when the Enzellans show up.
Absolutely.
So great.
And so you get the Enzellans and Grogu get to go save Mando. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is peak. They got to save him from the Hutts. I'm like, this is the best shit ever. In that moment, that's like the highest I was on the movie. In that moment, I was like, this is so brilliant. And then we get to Nal Hutta, and they demask him, so Pedro Pascal gets to have some screen time.
Literally the only scene he actually had to physically do.
Yes, and I guarantee...
Pedro must have hated that because the one scene he's really in is just underwater the whole time. Like, the most uncomfortable scene to probably film in the entire movie is the one where he doesn't have his mask, and it can't be a stunt double.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I don't know how much he was in the suit for the rest of the movie. Mm-hmm. I think very little.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
so they have 2 other stunt doubles for Mando. They have one for the fights and one for the weapons, who's like a weapons specialist. I have gotten good enough. I can tell which one it is. Not only when it's just like I can tell they all walk differently. And they run differently. It's like kind of weird, but I'm proud of myself every time I clock it when it doesn't matter. Back to the review. Sorry.
It's okay.
I wanted to be a nerd for a minute.
Uh-huh. You've been a nerd this whole time. You said he had a blurg farm.
He has a blurg farm.
Yeah.
I love that. So
do you like the water stuff?
Yes.
I really like that. Yeah. The design on the white serpent thing is so sick.
Yes, but it's like, I love that the Hutts drop them, and they've got a big monster underneath.
It's another example of like this being very Star Warsy without you having to know the lore.
Yes,
Yeah.
like it's so awesome, but it's like a different thing than Jabba has it. But like, of course, they all have that, and they find it entertaining, and they're like, "Hey, you killed those guys, so here's your reward." Where did the serpent come from, though?
Yeah, he was just kind of chilling for a minute.
And he's big.
He's big.
Like, how did he come out of nowhere like that? That did confuse me a little bit. I wish we just saw them like press one button that like
And it
released
opened another
it.
door. Yeah.
Like, I just was like, oh, was this like not there and now it is? That did.
He was asleep underwater or something. I don't
Sure,
know.
but I don't love the fight with the lackeys, the weird
You can't really
monster
tell what's
things,
going on.
the Amani or whatever they're called. Yeah, a lot of shaky cam in those fights, but it's fine because then we get the snake dragon, which is awesome. It's so fun. It's so fun watching Mando try and fight it. No blood. Mando does get bit, and Mando stabs the shit out of the thing multiple times. They don't show blood. Another example of the movie kind of feeling like it's PG. But I love it. And then
And Zellens and Grogu show up to save him.
Zellens and Grogu. Big pipe, huh?
Big Pipe Hunt is the funniest moment in the movie.
You think?
Period.
You
Definitely.
like the setup of the camera work?
Yeah, because I was like, why? I was like, is this going to be another like slow montage thing where we're seeing this pipe, whatever? And then it's just like, big pipe, huh? The delivery is great. And then the next scene with them, you get, hey, good shot, baby!
Yeah.
Which was also really funny.
Yep.
But Big Pipe's the hardest I laugh for sure.
Yeah. But then they go and they save the day. They blow up the thing, and Mando gets out, and Mando catches them all, and he's running through, and he's like, we've got a ship. And then he goes, and it's a little ship, and he can't fit on there. And you're just like, oh, and he's poisoned. And he's like, I'll hold everybody off. And then he essentially says goodbye to Grogu, he thinks. And my favorite action scene in the movie.
Really?
Him taking out the droids. I love it, because emotionally what it means, he's getting more tired as he
music
goes.
is really good.
The music, I think Ludwig's best moment in the movie is that score, because you get hints of the Mandalorian theme, but it is sadder and more emotional, and you feel the weight of him dying. The droids at the start, he's taking them out no problem, and as it gets harder and harder for him to kill them. Love the lore aspect that the droid that takes the most shots
Is
is
a
a
super battle droid?
Come on.
Let's go.
Come on, man.
I love that.
Come on.
He had to shoot it like 4 times and hit it with a rock.
Every
Yeah.
super battle droid in Mandalorian and Grogu doesn't go down to a first shot.
Yep.
I love that.
I did like that a lot.
I love that. Just like, that's the shit as to why Dave Filoni should be in charge.
That's the small things, yeah.
Because John Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, they don't give a fuck about that. That's a Dave Filoni thing. But I love that. And like after he breaks the fucking super battle droid's face with the rock, after that he is like trudging along. He is barely. And then Grogu saves the day from the bugs, the evil scorpions or whatever.
Bugs didn't seem necessary to me. They set it up for like a cute moment, like, oh, I'm back, I'm eating this thing.
Yeah.
But the bugs didn't bother me. The montage didn't really bother me at all. Or I didn't really. This is why I kind of talked about the emotion of it. I didn't once think he was going to die. I didn't once think Yoda was on the ship. So none of the scene kind of hit as hard to me because I was just waiting for. I was like, okay, Grogu's about to show back up.
Sure.
And Mando's eventually going to be fine.
Okay, I understand that, but I just loved the action, the choreography.
Yeah, I get it.
Mando hates droids because his family was killed by droids during the Clone Wars before Death Watch saved him and he became a foundling. So, like I love that. Like, I love that. I know he's loving doing this. I love that he's going from he's stealing the blasters. Just all that. I loved it. Like, I love how the first one he kills
tree branch.
is with a tree branch on the staff. Like, all that, like, love that. I love that they're using staffs, by the way. I love the staff design from Phantom Menace, so I love seeing them again in this movie. But so, yeah, I liked that scene. Even though I agree with you, never once did I think he was dead. I just, like, enjoyed watching that scene. And then Grogu covers him up with the trees. And then, unfortunately, I think that this scene is really, really great in concept of Grogu, and he's got the cane, and he's getting the water for him, and he's trying to nurse him back to health.
It just slows it down a bit too much.
Murders the pacing of the movie, and the movie will never recover from this moment.
It's also because it does go on so long, because they give him the staff, and then they give him covering him with leaves, and then he builds the little thing, and you got the comedic moment, and then you've got him stealing a fish, then you got him stealing a fish again, and Imbo showing up.
He gets eaten by the frog, and then the wolf dog tries to catch him.
I feel like you could take most of that out. Most of it out. Because we know now that Grogu's there and Mando's there, like we know here's the outcome. We know it. None of this is groundbreaking or mysterious in the slightest. So you don't need to spend 15 minutes on it.
Correct.
But you do.
Yes.
And it didn't bother me as much first watch. Second watch, I'm not kidding, I fell asleep.
It bothered me a lot first watch. And so I knew it was coming. So that was my second bathroom break. And I specifically took a longer time because I was like, this is this scene. I don't need to watch it. And this scene's long as fuck. I went to the bathroom as he was walking up to the house where he's going to steal the fish.
Time.
And I came back in the middle of the scene where he's stealing the fish the second time. And I felt like I was in the bathroom for a long time. Like there's so much. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is brutal. And it kills the pacing. The movie never recovers. It never recovers. I don't think the resolution of it is good enough. I don't think Mando's reaction. The old protect the young, and then the young protect the old. This is the way. That's not good enough.
And you're like, all right, we just spent 15 minutes on this, but all right, here we go.
That is not good enough. And then I love something that Nikhil said to me last night, which is that sequence is to show you that like Grogu can do stuff on his own. He has gained agency. So it's a perfect way to take us to we're at point D in their relationship. It's the perfect way to take us to from point D in their relationship to point E or F, where you are now make Grogu do something to save the day, where Mando has to count on him and he has to trust him. But he doesn't do that.
Not in a specific way where it's like a plot point where Mando and Grogu decide, like, hey,
yes.
We have to work together. Like, he helps take down the big giant thing, and he helps Rada, and he kind of tames the dog or whatever. But that's normal Mando
Grogu stuff, yes. Like, we needed something new.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with you.
So that was, like, a great point by Nikhil that I didn't think about my first or second watch. It was just when he said it, but I was like, absolutely. But I love the scene in concept. It just needs to be literally 10 minutes shorter. It's like 15 minutes. It should have been 5 minutes because we all know where it's going. But yeah, so it kills the pacing and the movie never recovers after that, unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think the attack on the Hutts is fun?
It's fun, but the pacing, it's just so thrown off that it's like...
Yeah, I mean, you really care when... No, what I say in my non-spoiler, the two moments that I kind of cared about Rada talking about his father and like how he wants to be a good person and like why he's fighting. I kind of cared about that, and then I kind of cared when Mando shows up and they take the helmet off of him and they're like, they really show how evil they are. We're disgracing you. We're gonna kill you. Also, look at Rada. Now we're literally torturing him because of you. Like he would have had a quick death. Like that's really messed up. And you see him getting shocked. And he's just been trying to change his family tree and be a good person or whatever. So they kind of take that kind of momentum emotionally and then, derail it for 15 minutes. So when we come back, I kind of get where you're saying, where the pacing never really recovers.
It's like,
but the final, climax arc, whatever, of, them deciding to go back and Zellen's bringing the rebellion and him fighting Imbo and the giant droids and blowing it all up and saving Rada. I thought that was a good Star Wars-y last 20 minutes.
Sure, absolutely. And I think that there's some good moments in it. I really like that the twins are like, you keep hitting us, you're going to kill us all. And Rada doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I love that. I like a lot of the Embo fight. I love that Mando has the swords, and it's the swords versus like the stick things that Embo has. That's all fun. I just like, I think I like Grogu saving Rada. I think it's a little bit much, but what are you going to do?
Just because he just used the Force to turn the thing down, and he just used the Force to kind of tame the dog, which didn't really do anything because 2 seconds later, the dog's up helping Imbo.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because Grogu puts a fucking Rancor to sleep in Boba Fett. Like, but he can barely make the dog fall asleep. That kind of was.
I also think did the CGI look a little weird on him floating? Maybe it just looks weird because it's a Hutt floating in midair. But
yeah, maybe.
But then, I liked all the rest of it.
Yeah. Again, love the fucking twins, fucking the female voice. I love that shit. I love that when they get woken up, they're 69ing. I love that that's how Hutts sleep. I think that that's great.
Yeah, like they're like brother and sister.
Correct.
That's weird.
Yeah, really weird.
Why are you sleeping next to each other's tails?
Yep. But I think that's great. Like, I loved that.
How do they have...
Hutts have sex. I have no idea.
How do slugs have sex? How do they reproduce?
I don't know. You got to ask them.
I have to ask the slug, or can I ask Google?
You can ask Google.
Okay. How do slugs...
But I think you get a more accurate description from a slug.
I don't speak slug. I'm working on it.
Do you speak Huttese?
My Duolingo. No. They usually mate by exchanging sperm to fertilize eggs. Homie, that's how all sex works. You're not helping. Courtship. Slugs may circle, bite, and even lash at each other to gauge compatibility.
Whoa.
That's how I flirt.
You bite people.
Well, I circle them first. And then I lash at them. Species like the leopard slug clip on a branch or overhang and drop while entwined in a thick thread of slime. That's disgusting. Oversized translucent penises emerge from the sides of their heads and intertwine to trade sperm? No way.
So they're both pregnant and they're men.
They come out like this and ejaculate? This is fascinating.
I would like a video of this.
Yeah, I'm working on that. Don't worry.
Thank you. Huh.
How leopard slugs mate. Oh!
You gotta show this shit to me. For those of you at home, what video are we watching?
Wild and weird how leopard slugs mate. Bro, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Whoa.
We're gonna break it.
That's kind of beautiful.
That looks like it's on Pandora, bro.
This is beautiful.
So they're just literally like wrapped up, and then the slugs mate upside down, hanging from a strand of mucus. Okay. Leopard slugs have both male and female sex organs and fertilize each other. Okay. These are their penises intertwined. Whoa, that's crazy.
That's wonderful. Huh.
So you think they're doing some incest stuff on Nalhada?
Maybe. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. They're the fucking Hutts.
Yeah. Anyways, anything else?
The X-Wings come in. The March of the X-Wings is fun. The score is fun. Mm-hmm. They do the trench run maneuver where they dive like this to bomb. Love that. Love that they are...
What does Dave Filoni drive? Fly?
He's flying an X-Wing.
He's an X-Wing. He's not the Y-Wing.
No, he's not a Y-Wing. Yeah. They fly the X-Wing. They got bombers. They bomb the shit out of Nal Hutta. I think it's great. They execute everything with such precision. They don't lose. There's no casualties. It's all great. The Anzellans take out the frog that scared him earlier in the movie. That's funny. And then we go back to Rebellion Place. Like I mentioned, how the fuck is the Razor Crest there?
There is another repetitive moment there, dialogue-wise. Rada, when leaving the first time, literally says to Grogu, keep an eye on your old man. He's one of the good ones. Pats him on the head and then leaves. At the end, he says something very similar of, keep an eye on your dad, pats him on the head, and then leaves.
It is very sweet, though. That is the first acknowledgement that Mando is Grogu's father, which is really sweet.
I like the moment where they're playing on the beach. It really shows Rada's character and Yoda still being cute. I like Baby Yoda. Grogu.
You have called him Yoda, not even Baby Yoda. You have called him Yoda.
I couldn't think of the word Colosseum earlier.
Oh, you're getting old.
What was it earlier? I didn't get. There was something from Maul. No, something. No, I couldn't get One Piece characters.
Yeah, Nami.
Nami?
Yeah.
What the frick is wrong with me today?
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's all that chicken you're eating for breakfast.
You think that affects my memory?
The ground turkey and the chicken, it's catching up to you.
Okay, slightly bigger biceps, but slightly less memory.
Yes, correct.
Okay. No, I'm glad we reviewed it. Anything else?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the biggest negatives I will say is the pacing is massacred by how long the Grogu nurturing Mando scene is.
But that's also going to be, you said it's popular with females. That's like females' favorite. Like a lot of our lady friends.
When he's walking with the cane,
they're like, oh, and when he's like meditating.
It kills them, yes.
Yeah.
It kills them. I mean, we had so many friends. All of our female friends have loved this movie.
Yeah.
which I maintain this is the female Star Wars movie. Like this is the one. For those of you that are like, oh, I've got a girlfriend, I really want to show her Star Wars. This is the one to do it. Absolutely. I couldn't recommend it. And then after this, be like, hey, you want to see how they meet? Then show them Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2. And then maybe you can get them to watch New Hope.
Or just date a better female and a nerd.
Is that your agenda?
I shouldn't use the word female. They don't. People find that offensive. I don't ever try to say female like I'm talking down to people.
Sure, you're not like an incel podcaster.
Yeah, like these females.
Yeah,
no, that's not how I'm saying it.
Yeah.
No, but you couldn't date like a non-nerd like completely. I guess you could, huh? If you like
Robert Kirkman has
his wife. Oh yeah, she doesn't give an F.
He's kind of like a king of the nerds.
Maybe I just care more.
Is that a requirement?
I don't know if it's a requirement. It's got to be like they can't hate it. You know what I mean? It's my job. It's so much. It's what I do. It's what I wear. It's who I am.
Yeah.
So if they hate it, that's a problem. If they're just not familiar, but they're open to it, maybe.
Yeah, but what if they're like, I don't hate it. I'm super happy for you.
I just don't want to.
Can you just leave it to work?
It's too much.
You can't do that. Like
it's
you
too
can't,
much of my life.
Like
yeah.
not do a date night and it's Avengers 1. She's like, no, our date night is Crazy Stupid Love, which is a movie you love and want to watch, but like,
I think I'd suplex.
It's never Avengers.
Whoever said
1.
that, yeah.
It's never Star Wars. It's never.
No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Not doing
that's
that.
what
Can't
I was
do
asking.
That. Can't do that.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of Love Island and all that stuff. Instead, I can't.
We can do both. We can do both.
I'll watch the Love Island, but we got to do Mando.
Imagine your life partner not being excited for Doomsday. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's
I
really
ain't doing
fair.
that. I ain't
Even
doing
though
that.
you're so skeptical.
So single. Oh.
You're
Okay.